warm welcome to a special episode of the Monday Morning Learning Podcast, where I'm actually talking to special guests, four of them from Silencespeaks. Now, warm welcome, Pavan. How are you doing today?
Hi Ravi, I'm doing good. Thank you very much for the invitation. We as a team, we would like to actually discuss our current process and have some good experience for all the listeners across the world.
Absolutely, Pavan. Thank you so much. And warm welcome to you, Robert, Simone, Elvis, and Asifa. Can you give a thumbs up, all of you, including Pavan? Just a thumbs up. Excellent. All right. Thank you. All right. Okay. So, we'll do a bit of intro of Pavan, who's the CEO. But I think I just quickly want to go through the objectives and goals of this particular podcast. It's a special episode, as you all can see. This is basically for my viewers. So the five objectives for this particular podcast are: illuminate the co-design journey, explore how deaf engineers shaped the product. The second one is highlighting the real world impact in terms of demonstrating how avatars empower users in everyday life. The third one is bridge global sign languages. So we discuss challenges in scaling from BSL to ISL, ASL, and beyond. Fourth one is on unpack tech vis-a-vis emotion. So dive into how AI conveys not just words, but meaning. And finally, we'll explore future horizons, envision real-time on-device translation and global reach. So your introduction, Pavan Madduru is a visionary former Vodafone AI pioneer and the founder and CEO of Silencespeaks, which is a UK-based startup on a mission to democratize accessibility for the deaf community. You can go on silencespeaks.io to actually check it out. And he spearheaded the development of AI-powered signing avatars that translate text, speech, and video into British Sign Language (BSL) and American Sign Language (ASL), integrating emotional nuance and dialect sensitivity to mirror human communication. Now, under his leadership, Silencespeaks secured Innovate UK funding, the UK Startup for Good Award, and partnerships like Transport for London. Pavan is a champion of co-design, engaging deaf engineers, linguists, and communities to ensure tech is truly inclusive. Uh, Now, in this Monday Morning Learning podcast episode, Pavan is actually joined by his product team, and you can see them all. It's Robert, it's Elvis, and Asifa, and Simone is the interpreter for this particular episode as such. So let's move ahead. We'll look at the first theme, which is co-design with deaf engineers. The couple of questions for you, Pavan, here are: how did partnering directly with deaf software developers shape both the product and your leadership? That's number one. And how do you surface and prioritize feedback from users who sign in ISL vis-a-vis BSL?
So for the product team, when we started working with engineers, the initial objective was developing a prototype MVP. However, during this phase, we had multiple teams to be working on testing, development, design, and UAT, and also SIT. So in this journey, what we have understood is having deaf engineers was not only good for the development process to be enhanced because they come from the background of understanding the sign language, emotions, empathy, context, grammar, and also each sign language has a specific emotional journey which they understand clearly. In addition to that, from the requirement phase to design, if you go back to SIT and testing, the advantage we had was this: every sentence, every word, every sign which comes as an output is tested. I can actually take specific examples of Robert, Elvis, where they were working all day just to improve two specific signs in a particular sentence for a demo video for a largest banking customer in the world. So they would have spent 6 to 7 hours just to improve that, evaluate, and finalize, which means that along with giving the latency to be solved for the users or the enterprise customers, our team also ensures the accuracy to an extent of the meaning of the video output shouldn't be inaccurate even for 1 to 2%. So we always target both accuracy and the latency minimal in order to give the users. So the advantage we have is two levels. One is we have the same developer or engineer working testing team doing the testing. At the same time, they are reducing the effort and the timeline for the accuracy levels.
Sure. So, Pavan, should we move to the next question, or do you want? We can actually move to the next question. Yeah, excellent. Okay. All right. So the next one, the theme basically is on emotion and nuance in AI signing. The objective is how we actually showcase Silencespeaks, moving beyond literal translation into expressive communication. So a couple of questions there are: how do you train avatars to capture tone, sarcasm, or formality in sign? And the second one is on: have you faced barriers translating idioms or emotional cues, and how did you adapt our?
Yeah, when we work on the accuracy and latency, when we see, we had achieved very good performance with respect to latency, where in milliseconds the output can be converted into sign AI avatar.
Hmm.
So, but what happens is the number of points considered in the language AI models will be reduced, and the frames per second issues which we have when the sign is being captured is being compromised, which actually gives us a option that let's not go with just the performance. Let's go
Hmm.
back to the evaluation of accuracy.
Right.
So our objective is to have accuracy to the maximum possible understanding. So we have made the levels for accuracy.
Hmm.
In that levels, when we divide the model into different industry verticals, in the transport, we are at the highest accuracy level when we say that, okay, when the conversion is happening, the emotions are captured in both the face and the palms and the
Hmm.
hands equally. And
Hmm.
then it's comfortable for the users to use them as AI avatars. Now, when we take up the other industry verticals, we haven't reached that state. So the emotions which are supposed to be captured, the number of points we take in the models, etc. Initially, we do it for the translation to the gloss to the sign video,
Hmm.
which actually varies with respect to 3D and 2D. So the number of points we take for the 3D as an output sometimes actually varies in the we will not be able to get that accuracy because the points are missing, like a finger moving, the last finger not being missed out, a alphabet S being missing out, a number being captured as 231. Let's say it's shown as 251. So it's these are the basic issues which we have to address, due to which we don't launch a real-time product. We say that let's get to that accuracy with the AI model training, get more data, get more models training, do more experiments, and then once the accuracy reaches to that level where we can it's presentable,
Right.
then we will be moving out saying that okay, this model of this particular industry is ready to go.
Excellent. All right. Lovely, lovely,
So there are
Pavan.
2 points which I missed in this. One is
Sure.
the feedback loop from the
Hmm.
human interpretation,
Hmm.
where we take as a cycle internally first,
Hmm.
because our engineers are themselves sign language users and interpreters,
All right.
and the users, native users by themselves. In
Hmm.
addition to that, we plan workshops with third-party users. There are experts actually who come, who are native sign language users, who give their feedback inputs, and then we take those also and
Hmm.
incorporate while we build the model, AI models on and train on them.
All right. Great, Pavan. Great to know your answer. Uh, I think moving to the next theme on expanding from BSL to ISL and beyond, and the objective basically is to examine global scalability and cultural inclusion. Pavan, so the questions are around: you've launched with BSL, ASL. What unique challenges does ISL bring? That's number one. And will your roadmap support community-led dialect data sets per region or not?
Yeah, the
Sorry,
first
Ravi,
is
to interrupt, but you're breaking up quite a bit for me. I'm not sure if you're breaking up for other people. So could you repeat that, please?
I'll repeat the question. Is it okay now? I'm not breaking up, right?
Yeah, and also your video is very,
It's
everybody else
like
is okay.
it's lagging, right? Okay.
Yes, you're
I
lagging
think
slightly for me.
I'll just
Sorry.
close off some windows over here so that is this better in terms of the video?
Yes.
This is better like that. So having some windows over that. So I'll edit this out, no issues at all. So I'll start off with the third question. Yep. Okay. So the next theme that we're going to talk about is expanding from BSL to ISL and beyond. So Pavan, we basically try to examine global scalability and cultural inclusion in this team. So the questions are around you launched with BSL, ASL, and what unique challenges does ASL actually bring? And will your roadmap support community-led dialect datasets for region?
Perfect. Actually, when we received the Innovate UK Smart Grant, that was for multi-sign implementation for the app. So initially, when we started with BSL, we had to take for the gloss translation conversion, which is contextual grammar, and for all the sign language specific for the BSL, and then to the AI avatars of the different types where we will be able to help users communication. But when we try to go for the other sign language, there are around 300 sign languages, of which we have Robert, for example, who signs Polish Sign Language, Irish Sign Language, and also Indian to some extent. So when we have engineers who are multi-sign lingual, the benefit we have is the initial hassles we have right from the sign expressions which are captured, which can be reviewed. At the same time, the AI model, once it converts to the sign avatars, they are being transformed, and then they are again reviewed by different engineers of ours. So what we have understood is there is complete difference in each of the sign languages, not just in the finger signing, but then also with respect to the facial expressions. And then so for example, some languages we use only palm as one single palm as for the signing. For other languages, we use both the hands. So when we go for the Indian sign language, this is more towards the changes. That's where you see Asifa, who actually brings in her inputs on the Indian Sign Language. And we need every sign language expertise along with the linguistic expert combination where we will need to provide those particular inputs actually.
Mhm. So,
So summary is that like multi-sign language, we are trying to build a multi-sign language engineering team who actually work on this multi-sign language implementation for us, including the linguistic experts wherein when needed actually.
absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pavan. I think moving to the fourth theme, which is on real world rollouts and partnership learning. We try to translate product deployment into user empathy and emotional resonance. So, Pavan, the questions are on with transport for London using your avatars. What surprising insights have actually emerged, if you can list those? And the second one is on what lessons did greeting card QR launches teach you about emotional connection?
Yes, when what we do normally for each of we are currently in the process of doing the trials in next quarter for the transport with London. We do have other contracts in place where commercial pilots are just initiated, and we are working with various customers currently after we got featured in Wired, I think. So the idea is like when we do this, we do the workshops. One was with the Deaf Village, which we did last year. That was for the silent card, where that's a greeting card company founded by the Deaf Village founders actually. So we go to the meet the users, understand their emotions, understand, take their feedback. We try to do the psychometric tests for various workshops. Some expertise workshops, we just take the feedback and inputs. Like in London, we conducted a workshop which Robert was driving along with Andy actually, and we just joined that workshop to understand from the industry experts in London, all the native sign language users, what needs to be improved, where exactly we are, how do they like it as an avatar, or what needs are required for the AI to be compatible with the sign language native users, etc. So the workshop has given a lot of insights, and we try to improve this as a feedback in the human interactions. So we regularly keep these workshops to take these inputs, additionally add the inputs to a product, refine it, and then go back. So for Silent Card, we had similarly the workshops. Currently, we are having for the commercial pilot of the transport or our existing implementation of Innovate UK, which we are planning,
Mhm.
where we have multiple sign language users and how do they come, how do they test it. So we will have our own engineers going initially and doing the tests, and then later we will have the third party users who will be going and doing the tests. Any changes which we have, we see like if it's important for the major community members, we try to improvise the feature, try to provide the access to the users in the specific with the specific changes they are looking for. For example, body and face movement being static and just the hand signing as an avatar is easiest for us.
Mhm.
But the experience which a user gets, they
Mhm.
don't like it because they're not used to it. So we need to enhance the experience from the static body to the appropriate movement of the body, which gives the better expressions and human feel for the users, where they don't feel that they are different, and they don't want this avatars to be doing some signs which is very much obvious that like it's just a cartoon or an avatar.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, it's not part of the question, Pawan, but can you take us through a kind of a use case? You actually use any kind of a user using your particular app. How has been the feedback? What's the kind of experience? Can you just take us through one particular story in some detail, please?
Yeah, we had some tests actually done by our users in a station where when the announcement is not heard, how do they view that? Today, there are multiple implementations like screens. For example, a disruption announcement which is happening and I can't hear it. I have to see the screen. If I don't see the screen at that point of time,
Yeah.
I'm not even aware what is happening because I haven't heard that disruption announcement. So let's say that this particular alert is coming on his mobile, wherein tomorrow we're going to have all the 5G and Wi-Fi access across the London stations by December.
Mhm.
Let's say if he has it on the mobile, he'll be able to view that. Okay, he understands it's in the sign language that he should be going to the another platform because this train has a windshield problem and they stopped. They're not coming over to this platform now.
Yeah.
So he has to change that. So this sort of use case is more of a requirement for both enterprises and the users.
Mhm.
When we did the workshops initially for the requirements, what sort of requirements is the initial requirement for the users?
Right.
So this might actually go to the retail, council services,
Mhm.
hospitals or NHS requirements. But then this was the major requirement for them initially.
Absolutely.
So
Now,
our
are you?
solution is towards the QR code access, which be available or the mobile
Mhm.
directory.
So, sometime in the future, Pawan, I'm curious about it. That's why I'm asking. Sometime in the future, would you actually look at a similar kind of product in the Southeast Asia or South Asia? Are you looking at it?
Yes. We have multi-signlingual engineers and users like Asifa is actually helping with the Indian Sign Language.
Mm.
And you can see her signing all the content in Indian Sign Language. So we have plans in the near future where the discussions are in progress to implement in Southeast Asia also because
Mm.
we have millions of users who are waiting for such products to be launched.
Yeah.
It's just next quarter that we should be testing the product. We are in the talks of it actually.
Oh, excellent. I'm loving that. So coming to the last theme now, which is the future of accessible AI. How do we inspire listeners with practical pathways and future possibilities? So, Pawan, couple of questions. The final ones. When can users expect seamless real-time translation on device, and how will that shift impact them? That's number one. And Pawan, what's your vision for the next 5 years? Will we see avatars in classrooms, offices, or public spaces worldwide?
Yeah, the first question is on when do they see it real time? So our current research, we are doing the research with Bath and Warwick University professors, where Bath University professor is into the algorithms of computer vision and also the bidirectional in the future. For the text to sign real time itself for multiple use cases, we will be targeting at least 6 to 12 months. So 12 months is a target now for the research, pilots, tests, and then finally launch.
Sure.
So That's for the real-time text to sign. In
Mhm.
5 years, yes, you can definitely say that like bidirectional communication between a sign language user and a sign language user of multiple sign languages should be seamless, considering the research which is progressing, including the LLM and the current emerging technologies with the GPU access being inexpensive very soon.
Excellent. Excellent. Very, very exciting times, Pavan. I can actually see that. Uh, we have almost done with all the questions. Pavan, I added two more as such. I know that you mentioned that you won a lot of awards, I think 2024 and in recent 2025. Can you actually brief us a bit about the awards that Silence Speaks has won?
Yeah, from the recognition side of it, we were fortunate to win 2024 Regional UK Startup Award for Tech for Good. And in 2025, it multiplied to in the regional awards to three, which is Digital Startup of the Year, Tech for Good Startup of the Year, and Regional Winner Southeast in the regional awards. Now we are targeting for the September 11th, where we are hoping that we might be actually in a good shape to go for the national awards again.
Excellent, Pavan. I think hearty congratulations from all of us, Pavan. I think it was one of the most I think meaningful conversations that I had. As I was sharing with all of you, I think maybe this is the 50th episode that I'm recording. Uh, Very, very different to what I've done. The 49 were very different, and I can actually connect, relate to the kind of product all of you guys have come up with. And it is so useful for a cross section of population and the community, which is so rich and diverse. I mean, and we were actually discussing offline the kind of talent that you have, Pavan, the product managers and the product engineers that you have working on weekends, Saturdays. The kind of passion and love that they bring into work is something which is exceptional. I think the world should actually know kind of talent you have, and I think I can definitely see the kind of awards you're winning is because of the team that you have, and you're inspiring. I think by leading by example, Pavan.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, the total credit goes to our team, especially the engineering team, along with the AI team, because without them, we are actually not even moving one step. Actually, for everything, I have to take the review. Even for this discussion, I think I was sending the pointers to Robert and taking his review inputs actually yesterday. So I think it's all teams. Hard work and passion which actually drives, and specifically for this domain, it's the live experiences of Elvis. I remember Elvis coming back last week saying, this is not good, we cannot take this forward. So everybody else in the team for that particular sign will stop saying that, yes, since Elvis said this, let's not move this forward. So that's the way we look at it, because they have lived that experience and they know when they see that particular sign, how it feels for them is what is important for us. So this is the best team, I think, which we were fortunate to have, and I'm glad that we're going ahead with this.
Absolutely, Pawan. I think I'm very, very, very happy to have actually hosted you today. Thanks so much, Robert, Simone, Elvis, Asifa, and thanks so much, Pawan, for giving so much time this evening. And I really hope, Pawan, that we can actually catch up again with your team, maybe the larger team as well. And maybe we'll do a kind of fun podcast, not the serious one that we actually did today. But thanks a lot for your time. I think I had a very good time. I'm pretty sure the listeners over there across the platforms that we normally post the videos and the write-ups will definitely look forward to the full episode. So most likely I'll release a teaser sometime shortly, and the full episode goes live sometime end of August, Pawan. So thanks a lot, everyone. Signing off the Monday Morning Learning Podcast special episode. Anything you want to say, Pawan? Go on.
Yeah, one last thing. I want Robert, Elvis, Asifa, everybody to say thank you and bye in Polish, British, and Indian Sign Language before we close.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pawan. I think it means a lot, really. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm also learning. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pawan. Thanks,
Thank you.
team. Yeah. Think great.